Hola todos, welcome back to Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars. It's been a while, I must say, but I remember we're back here to meet the Vasconcellos, so we are going to speak to this guy.
Hi, is this the Vasconcellos house?
Who wants to know?
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's
Hmm.
George Stobart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the Vasconcellos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the Countess and myself.
Okay.
Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcellos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even know what I have to talk to her about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
No.
No, she hasn't won the lottery.
A more cunning man might have claimed that she had.
Oh yeah? They might have, might they?
And that more cunning man would have been kicked off the premises. The Countess doesn't do the lottery.
What do you know about the Templars?
Who wants to know?
Are you angling for a bribe or something?
You have nothing that I want, senor, except the pleasure of your absence.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world. But why?
From what I remember... I actually forgot.
I'll be going for
alright.
now.
Adios, senor.
Adios. But he will let me, like, walk over here. No big deal. I think from what I remember I had to put that on the host. Oh, so silly. You probably can't tell, but I got new lighting. Probably not much of a difference, but it is something.
My hose has stopped.
Yeah?
See, my hose never stops.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it?
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified. How could you think such a thing?
Very easily, senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my hose has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
Well, we don't want that. Let's go in. And then he's gonna see me if I walk up, so what I'm gonna do, set the dogs off, and I'm gonna hide behind this. Easy peasy.
Hey, you. I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs. I'm coming.
He is annoying at first, but you get to enjoy him later. He's actually quite nice. Hello.
Madre Dios, who are you?
My name's George Stobart. I'm sorry to burst in like this.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please, if you'd just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobart.
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar are dust.
They had a secret that was so important, they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
I do not see what this has to do with my family.
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they have planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
Just let me have a look around. If I find nothing,
You'll be spending the night at the police station. Very well. Please, sit down.
I like her, she's sweet.
I know your family is involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
You should be asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago. And as for the Vasconcellos, the line dies with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Okay, whatever happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Obviously.
So, what do you have around here that's early medieval?
Early medieval. Let me think. Well, the house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course, the chess set.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children. Sorry.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobart.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. But do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks. Close up, the modern piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a... You! Why, I'll feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dogs?
But, my lady...
Never without my permission. Senor Stobart, if I find that you're wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Follow me. Lopez, unlock the door, por favor. This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum, Senor Stobart.
Oh.
Come with me.
Hey, senor.
Yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors, but I do not trust you.
You've
Fair
got
enough.
nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
No, the dead do not interest me. My garden is a living thing. I will be there.
You go do that.
Wow, this is old.
It was constructed in the 13th century as the final resting place for the De Vasconcellos Templars.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
Okay, let's see what this says. Spain, Villa de Vasconcellos. Lobana tells me that the knight's coat of arms belongs to the de Vasconcellos family in Costa Calida, Spain. Must figure out what the de Vasconcellos family has to do with the manuscript. It looks like Lobana was right. The de Vasconcellos family was heavily involved with the Templars. The Countess's chessboard dates back to that era as well. There's something odd about those chess pieces.
Hanging from the ceiling was a huge yellowed candle. It looked really old and had never been lit.
Are you sure? Because there's like wax dripping from the candle. Unless it was like really hot and it made the wax melt. That would make sense.
On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey! It's a checkerboard!
And it could do with that chess piece.
Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern.
Think we speak to her about it?
May I ask you something?
You may ask.
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard. Oh, the pattern on the lectern. Purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
Interesting.
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobart. You cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it?
It feels kind of obvious too. Like, if she's explored that place before and she knew all about it, then clearly it would have, like, came to mind.
I think this must be it.
Maybe.
This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary. Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobart? This mystery has had a good long run, but it ends here and now.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hose down and listen! Go to the house and get my chess set. Yes, the old chess set! Now hurry!
She has bushy eyebrows.
This is exciting, is it
But-
not?
In
Don't
the
get too
portrait
excited. This
up
could be a
there.
blind alley.
She doesn't.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
She's sweet.
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything.
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos, is he the guy who went missing?
Si, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. The bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
She went really quiet then.
The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world. He put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again.
That's
Ah,
very
Lopez,
wonky.
you have the pieces.
See, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobart, would you be so kind?
My lady,
Calm yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobart's motives are pure.
very well, my lady.
I'm not going to bite.
My lady seems to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
I just pictured him just going, thank you.
It fits, Senor Stobart. It fits.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
Oh boy. I'm not good at chess. Oh yeah. So when you touch that, it shows the buttons like green, white, red, and blue. So one of them is going to be green, white, red, and blue. Green, white, red, and blue. So if I can drag it, if it'll let me. I just gotta go very easy. Right, blue, green. It's been very awkward at the minute. White, blue, red, green. White, blue, red, green. Green, blue, red, and green, blue. I think it was that one, wasn't it? Nope. I like that sound it makes. There we go. Green, red, dark green, green, blue. Red, dark green. What one was it again? Red, dark green, green, blue. That one. This one, red, white, blue, green. Red, white, blue, green. Red, white, blue, green. There you are. Green, white, and blue, red. Green, white, blue, red. Blue, white, red, green. Blue, white, red, green. I'm trying to drag it, but you have to get them in a specific way. Blue, red, green. Got it. Come on. Come on! Why won't it work? And then, come on. This one. You can literally hear me clicking it. It won't do it. Oh my god, this is so awkward. Come on. There we go. Boom.
With the red pieces in place, the square bases fit onto the white pieces. I just had to figure out where to place them.
Say that again, George. I didn't hear that. I think I remember. Come on. There we go. I think that goes here. I think that one goes there. And this one goes... or here? What was it? Maybe there, and then that went there. Nope. Yeah. Because I know it's, I think there was like 2 of them here, and then it was this one. Unless I... Come on. Unless it's like... Yeah, there we go. I knew that there was like 2 together and then there was 1 above. I might plan to make this,
Senor Stobart, look!
What is that? It's not the Holy Grail, is it?
Yeah.
No, Senor Stobart. It is the communion chalice of the de Vasconcellos.
I'll let him talk.
Missing for almost 700 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Go on.
I cannot. I can hardly believe it is real.
Go ahead. Live a little.
Are you sure? This is your moment of triumph, Senor Stobart.
Sure, I'm sure.
Nah, this is definitely her moment.
The possibility of death traps only occurred to me a few days later.
I might plan to make this a long
So the curse
episode.
of the de Vasconcellos is lifted?
Oh no. The Countess was thrilled to find the lost chalice. But there's still the riddle of the missing knight.
Well, you can forget about that now and get back to finding the Templars' secret.
Actually, I promised the Countess I'd find Don Carlos.
You what?
I can explain everything.
You have got the odds for a withered old Spanish aristocrat?
The Countess entrusted me with the chalice and the quest for her ancestor's tomb.
You're as crazy as she is. Haven't you got enough problems? Khan and the Templars?
It's all part of the same thing. The chalice is important, I'm sure. The manuscript pointed us to the knight, and I have to find him.
What then?
I don't know. But when the knight and the chalice are reunited, maybe I will.
Someone is jealous.
Is there something going on between you and Labano?
What business is it of yours? We agreed on this. The clown, the Templars, strictly business, remember?
Yeah, but...
So get off my case.
She does have a point, though. Jesus, you guys are so jealous of each other. Chill.
This is the chalice I discovered in Spain.
I still can't figure out why the Countess gave it to you. After losing it for all those years, she simply gave it away to a total stranger? She's one prawn short of a paella.
The Countess is a fine lady. You shouldn't compare her with seafood.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on between you and that Countess.
Are you serious? She's old enough to be my grandmother.
Chill, Nico. Damn. Someone's really jealous all of a sudden.
I'd better get back to the quest.
Jesus Christ, guys. What to do now? The Countess took me to her 13th century mausoleum, where 5 of the 6 de Vasconcellos Templars are buried. Found a chessboard puzzle, which must connect to those weird chess pieces. Countess's face really lit up when I told her. Oh, there's more. Countess told me about the missing de Vasconcellos knight, Don Carlos, and his conflict with the church after the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos returned from a scholarly trip to find his manservant killed and his children gone. Distraught, he searched for his kids until the day he died. Since then, there has been a curse on the de Vasconcellos family. My new puzzle solving skills have uncovered an ancient hidden Templar chalice. Now back to Paris to show Nico. Guess I've promised the Countess I'll try to find out what happened to Don Carlos. I'm sure that everything is related in some way. And Nico needs to chill the hell out. So I've got a chalice. Now it's time to follow that lead from Ireland and explore Montfaucon further. Montfaucon. Hello, buddy. If I'm not wrong, that's where Don Carlos is buried. But I think we speak to the priest.
Excuse me, Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all, monsieur. It will be my pleasure to help you.
Ask about that.
Do you speak Latin?
You ask this of a priest?
Okay. Can you tell me what per disciplinum meam lux videbus means?
Let me see. That would be, by my teachings, you will see the light. I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
This one.
Did you know that the center window conceals an image of a man burning at the stake?
The burning man?
What, you knew?
That there was a hidden image? No. But the church has a reputation for being haunted. Many times, people have claimed to have seen a burning man in the window. But when others they look, there is nothing. Perhaps the light has to be just so for the figure to appear.
Yeah, or maybe you need a special lens. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
You have come to the right place, if that is your interest. Many of them were executed in the square outside. It was a disgrace to France.
Well, the Pope was right behind it, though.
Clement V was a man of mammon, not of God.
That's kind of forthright for a priest, isn't it?
You think so? It is hard to be sure what happened. It is so long ago.
He's got such a calm, like, chill voice, hasn't he?
How long have you worked here?
Hardly work, monsieur. This is a calling. I have been helping Father Flambert for nearly 6 months now.
Nice.
I guess you don't know much about the history of this church, then.
Just a little.
What?
You've got quite a shine on that candlestick.
Ah, oui. Anything less than best would be an insult to the Almighty.
I guess so. I never thought of it like that.
Ask about this.
What do you make of this chalice?
It certainly looks very old.
About as old as this church, I think.
There seems to be an engraving on it.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know, it is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will be very careful.
Yes.
That'd be very good of you.
This shouldn't take very long. Feel free to look around.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, and I think we look at that while he's polishing it. And as you can see, it's he's already done it. But I think
A knight
that's
there in the company
the
of his
one.
fellows. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world. I guess.
I swear that's what we need to look at. Anything new on the notes? Nope. We don't need to look at that.
A row of old pews, beautifully carved and glowing with polish. I thought of all the people who must have sat here over the decades. All those Parisian derrieres, firm buttocks of the young ladies, the flabby flesh of the old men. That wasn't a pleasing image, so I went back to the young ladies. Whoa!
I didn't know he said that. George Stobart. You filthy man. Oh my god. I didn't know he said that.
Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure, monsieur.
What was the writing on the chalice?
It was not writing,
Oh
my
my
mistake.
God.
It was a coat of arms. The remarkable thing is, it seems very familiar.
Yeah?
Oui, I think I have seen it on that wall tomb
There we
in
go.
the far corner. That winged horse is quite distinctive.
I can't believe he said that.
Boy, what a shine you got on this.
Merci. It is all in the wrist action.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
There was me thinking he had a really good fabric on his robe. I'd be like, where did you get it from? I want it. But yeah, finally
Now
we
that
get to
my
look at
attention
this.
had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it. But the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the Vasconcellos family. I'd found the last resting place of Don Carlos.
There
My
he
eye
is.
was drawn to the biblical references carved into the edge of the tomb. Hey, maybe these biblical references mean something.
Oh, it's one of these. I like this. Yeah. I know these ones. So Psalms.
Psalms 22:21. Not much to go on, but it must have meant something. If I examined the tomb more closely, there might be other clues to find.
There's also 32. I think that's 32.
Psalms 32.
There you go, 32:7.
The numbers refer to a chapter and a verse in the Bible.
I'm practicing my Roman numerals at the minute because I'm not very confident with them. I only know from like before 20, so that would say 4 and 5. So Corinthians 4 and 5.
Corinthians 14.
Oh, it's 14. I didn't see that there. That's why. Must have been a I think they did a typo there because that's meant to be before that. So I was like, oh, I thought it was 4, but no, they made a typo. There is also where is it? It's not any of these, but it's something else. Oh, where is it? There it is, John 4:11.
John 4:11. There were no words, but a series of Roman numerals ran around the plaque. I made a note in case they meant something.
So wait,
Psalms 32:7, John 4:11, Corinthians 1:4-5,
Oh.
and just
So
one
it's
more.
not a typo. He said
Psalms
Corinthians 14:5, but
22:21.
it was meant to
I
be
may not
Corinthians
perfect, but I've
1,
got a
4
memory
and
like a
5,
steel
so I
trap.
was right.
The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the de Vasconcellos arms were already on the manuscript. Nope, I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own.
Nice. Okay. You can look at them again,
Okay.
I think.
Let's have another look at those references. Psalms 32:7, John 4:11, Corinthians 1:4-5, and just one more. Psalms 22:21. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own.
I wish I had a memory like George's. Yeah, see, he got them written down. He just doesn't have the Corinthians and the Psalms and the John part. Around the outside of the inscriptions were the numerals 14, 20, 20, oh god, 5, 6, 27 at the top. 5. Yeah, I've got to practice these. I really do. I thought I was gonna have that confidently said out loud, but it's not the case. That's 3 and 1, of course. That is 12. That one is 17. 25, I think. What he said. Yeah, I'll have to practice. Because we see them like everywhere. We see them on our clocks. We see them in like books that we read. So I should really know about them. I think we go back to Spain. No, we do not. Okay. I think we go to Lobano. Andre the Boar. I'm pretty sure.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
Ah, what's this?
While I was in Syria, I discovered a strange pagan statue. It was like a head with 3 bearded faces. Horrible.
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you, not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is. Just last month, a statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris.
Yeah, I
Where?
remember
At
this.
the Institut Hermétique de Navarre.
Yes.
The statue
Oh my god,
is
yes.
beneath the foundations. It was discovered by some workmen while renovating the building.
Can you tell me any more about the statue of Baphomet?
It's a fearful image,
a
even now.
coincidence.
A bearded head. The base of the statue is carved with Templar symbols. One of the workmen noticed a curious stain at the base. He claimed it looked like blood.
Blood?
That's right.
Well, thank you for telling me, but
Thanks
I
for
gotta
your
go.
help, Andre. You're welcome.
I love this part because you get Nico involved. It's so funny. Seems the 3-faced monstrosity I saw in that Syrian cave was a depiction of Baphomet. Lobanos says a Baphomet statue was recently found in Paris at the Institut Hermétique de Navarre. If I pronounced that wrong, I'm so sorry. Apparently it's covered in Templar symbols. And we're gonna go there now. I might make this episode longer than usual. because I really want to explore the Spain episode the whole way through. I think we speak to him, yeah.
Excuse me, could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions. You're doing a fine job.
Merci.
That's not a
I
question.
have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a Gauloise smoke so stylishly.
It's a natural talent.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm being indifferent.
You're very good at that as well.
Merci. Vive l'indifférence.
Yeah, I don't think we speak to him.
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I'm gonna take a quick pause here because got like food in a second, but I will get back into this, so I'm just gonna go take a break here. But yeah, I'll be back. I am back. I had some fish and chips, that was really nice. So I think we go down here. Let's continue where we last left off. It was nice, by the way.
Excuse me?
Oui?
So, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm guarding. You expect to find me shearing sheep?
Take it easy, I just didn't realize you were a guard. I'd like to know what you're guarding, please.
That's a secret.
It wouldn't happen to be an archaeological site, would it?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Then why ask?
I had a feeling this was no normal hole in the ground. What do you know about the Knights Templar? There was a long pause during which the guard said nothing. Then he said,
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Is this a test?
What, like a history pop test?
No, like a test.
Okay, yes, it's a test.
Then I know absolutely nothing about the Templars.
Okay.
The guard was being amazingly evasive. It was going to take more than goodwill to get past him. Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I would admit that this part is quite clever. Let's see.
There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
That door's locked, monsieur.
Can I have a key?
Hi again.
What is it?
I'd like to use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Oh, that's no problem. You can have the key.
Thanks.
I'm just thinking. Because there's a specific way of doing it. I'm just going to steal that soap. Yeah.
Perhaps I could make a copy of the key.
Yeah. There we go.
The key had made a clear imprint in the soap. The bar of soap had the imprint of a key in it.
Yeah. Plaster of Paris.
I knew keeping that plaster was a good idea.
I mean, what kind of plaster is it, George? Because it must dry super fast.
With the plaster and the imprint, I was on the right lines. I had filled the key's imprint in the soap with dry plaster. You can't make a cast without wetting the plaster. But wet plaster alone does not make a cast. I used the dryer to speed up the process.
I just don't understand. Because, like, in Ireland, when he put all that, when he soaked up the plaster on the ground, it dried
I had made
immediately.
myself a completely unconvincing plaster key. Way too fragile to use in a lock. I'd have to substitute it for the real one. Trouble was, it looked like plaster and not metal. Then again, that plaster statue in Syria hadn't looked like stone until I'd been a bit artful with it. Maybe I could improve the key as well.
I wonder how. Let's see what he says about this.
Being in a charming comfort station like this made me think fondly of the toilet in Syria. That place was kept in pretty good order, at least It had been until I vandalized it. Still, it was all for a good cause.
Right. I think we speak to him.
Hi again.
What is it?
Your key.
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Let's see.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Oh yeah, you see that. So when we try to dip it in the paint pot, he's gonna have a go at us.
Hey, monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Pah.
But it's an emergency. But yeah, this is where we get Nico to help. It's so good. I love this part so much.
Do you mind if I use the phone?
Be my guest. I'm paid to guard this door. The phone can look after itself.
Coulard!
Hello, Nico.
Hey.
It's me.
Hi, Georges. What's happening?
I'm at the excavation, but they won't let me in.
Damn! We need to know what's in there.
Don't worry. I've got a scheme. I'm going to need your help, though.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
I want you to keep somebody on the phone for a while. A painter. I need to get at his pot.
Oh, okay.
Stay on the line. I'll go and get him.
She sounds so excited. She's like, ooh, a painter. I'm prepared.
Hi, it's me again.
What now?
You got a phone call.
You've got a phone call.
For me? Are you certain?
It's a woman. She sounded hot.
What woman? She must be mistaken, monsieur.
Well, she asked for that hunk of a man with the nicotine fingers and his ass hanging out of his pants.
Certainly sounds like me. Stand back. It wouldn't do to keep the lady from her hunk.
Oh my god. And go. And there we go. Sorted.
Well, monsieur, what a strange woman. She was all over me and then suddenly, nothing but abuse.
Really?
What? Abuse? Ah well, I have a cigarette to finish. And monsieur, if she calls again, I am not available.
I would love to know what she said. Let me think.
A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here, even with the door open to the chill of fall.
If I remember, he puts on his gloves because when we grabbed the keys from him again, we swapped the key, but he'd be able to feel it if he doesn't have his gloves on. So we asked for the keys again, we swapped the keys. Let me see.
I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial.
What's this?
The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost its door. There was nothing interesting in there.
Yeah, I think it needs to be done in a specific order.
What is it?
It sure is hot in here.
Yeah.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
Alright.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
And then that gives us the opportunity to crank it up. Or crank it down in this situation.
I turned the heating off.
Crank gameplay.
As I'd hoped, the guard put his gloves on.
There we go.
Hi again.
What is it?
I wanted to use the toilet.
I need to use the toilet again.
Again? Already?
I have this problem. How technical do you want me to get?
Never mind. Here's the key.
Alright. I mean, we can't do it in front of him, so...
Now, I'd substituted the fake key for the excavation key. It looked okay, but felt false.
Alright. That was a quick pee, so we give them back to him.
Hi again.
What is it?
I held my breath and hoped that he wouldn't notice the substitution. Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Alright.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Alright. Any notes updated? No. And then we talk to Nico again.
Hi, Nico. It's me again.
I'd guessed. What do you want this time?
What did you say to the painter?
I shan't repeat it, George.
Look, I need to get the guard
wanna
out of the
know.
way. Could you call back and ask him to get the painter again?
Okay, I'll call back soon.
Thank you, I love you, you're the best. I get why he just stands there. He's so close.
This looked like a
Especially
good place
here.
to watch things develop.
But you could have stood like near the gate. I don't know.
Hey, you! It's the phone.
Yeah, who is it?
How should I know? What am I, your social secretary?
It's not a chick, is it?
Yes, it's a woman. Are you going to answer it?
Does she have a warm, sensual voice like molten chocolate?
Yes, she has a really sexy voice. Now get a move on.
I'm not talking to her.
I can see that. You're wasting time talking to me.
No, you don't understand. I refuse to talk to her.
You refuse. You refuse. I'm wasting valuable time.
Don't make me laugh. Your time valuable? You just stand around all day.
I have a highly responsible job. Ha, don't me, you elephantine oaf. My job is important.
Impossible. They would have hired somebody competent in that case.
Meaning what?
Instead of which they hired a dismal rent-a-cop like you. All epaulettes and no brains.
Why, you?
This looked set to carry on for some time. It was too good an opportunity to miss.
I mean, you had all that time, George. You didn't have to, like, watch it happen, but... Yay, we made it. They really wanted to keep this secret, didn't they? Gosh. Alright.
Close up, the pattern didn't make any sort of sense. It fanned out around an axis point, a kind of focus to one side.
And then, I'm pretty sure we put that there. Yep. Yay! It does look like blood,
There
actually.
it was, decoded by the curves of the chalice, the image of a church.
Hmm. So cool.
I found out what the chalice was for.
You've solved the puzzle?
Yeah, there was a distorted picture at the Baphomet site. When I viewed it in the polished surface of the chalice, it changed.
What did it show?
A picture of a church with a square tower.
We stole the key.
Just how long have you known Labino?
Andre? We met at college. He helped me out when I was a fresh air. Showed me around, that sort of thing.
You never told me that before. I thought he was just a working acquaintance.
So he is. I rarely see him these days. You know, he hasn't changed much. A little lesser at the front, perhaps. I'd forgotten how much fun he could be.
Look at the chalice now, Nico.
What happened? It's shiny.
The priest at Montfaucon buffed it up for me.
That's incredible.
Yeah, looks as good as new.
No, you found a use for a priest. That's incredible.
I think that's it.
I guess I'd better return the chalice to the Countess.
Hurry back, Georges.
You seem desperate, Nico. The Baphomet dig. Finally got past the dig guard and went into the Baphomet site. Found out what the chalice was for. Following the clues from Syria and Spain, I put the chalice in front of the Baphomet statue, which revealed the image of a church reflected in its surface. That's it. Back to Spain we go. Here we go. Hey, Lopez. Just walk into the hose, George.
Hi there, Lopez. How's tricks?
Senor Stobart, how pleasant to see you. You are well.
Fine, thanks. Is the Countess in?
She is waiting for you. I will show you up.
It's okay, I know the way.
Senor Stobart, I feel I owe you an apology.
No, you don't.
I was impolite on our first meeting.
Look, Lopez, just forget about it. I came on like a snake oil merchant. I wouldn't have trusted me in your shoes.
You do not understand. Finding the chalice has given my lady a new lease of life. It's a marvel. She smiles, she laughs. The tradesmen are saying that she is on Prozac.
So the Countess feels that the curse is lifted.
I would not put it so strongly. Your discovery of the chalice was proof that the Templars never abandoned the de Vasconcellos. It counts for a great deal with my lady.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobart.
Adios. Oh, mind if I nick that mirror? I know we use it for something, but I forgot.
It was a small mirror hanging over the sink.
Just steals everything. Hi. You don't need to get up.
Senor Stobart.
She does anyway.
What a pleasure. Please, sit down.
Hi, Countess. The pleasure's all mine. I've brought back your chalice.
Why? You've had it cleaned.
Yeah, I met an obliging priest with a soft cloth.
Have you resolved the Templar mystery?
No, not yet. I don't even know what it is I'm after.
There are many stories of the knight secreting great wealth away.
Whatever. All I know is I don't want the bad guys to get it.
Ah, to be young and live in a world of moral absolutes.
I discovered something amazing with that chalice. In Paris, I found a church where they recognized the coat of arms. I found the tomb of Don Carlos de Vasconcellos.
You are sure? There can be no mistake?
The coat of arms on the chalice matches the one on the tomb.
Incredible. You have my most profound thanks. I must go there as soon as possible.
Yeah? Well, I'd be happy to show you the city.
That's so
There's
sweet.
something else that I discovered carved on Don Carlos's tomb. Biblical references.
What are the references, Senor Stobart?
Psalms 32:7, Corinthians.
I am not a good enough scholar to know the Bible chapter and verse. I meant, what are the quotations?
You know, I forgot to ask the priest.
Huh.
I'll have a look around if that's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
Thank you. Villa de Vasconcellos. The Countess was very excited to hear that I had discovered the tomb of her missing ancestor, Don Carlos de Vasconcellos. Nothing there. I know we pick up that Bible from the mausoleum. Is he still... yeah, still watering his garden. There we go. There it is. And we go back. Imagine living in a place like this. God. I'd love to be in a place like that. So pretty. Hello.
Hello again. Mind if I sit?
Please, be my guest.
This poor lady.
Here's the Bible from the mausoleum.
Very well. Let us begin. The first reference.
Psalms 32:7.
Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. My hiding place.
Don't get your hopes up too high. This might just be leading us to where we found the chalice.
You are right, of course. The next.
Okay, John 4:11.
John 4.
I have a Bible somewhere, and I actually checked these quotes myself.
The next. Quickly.
Okay. Corinthians 4:5.
Here it is. Will bring to light the hidden things. Any more?
Just one. Psalms again. 22:21.
Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns. The last is confusing. Lions, unicorns, what's it mean?
I can't guess.
Salient points seem to be a hiding place and a deep well. In no sense is the mausoleum a well, Senor Stobart.
Is there a well in the grounds?
I do not know. I suppose that there must have been once upon a time. Lopez is the man to ask about anything pertaining to the estate.
Alright.
I'll have a look around if that's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
Okie dokie. Let's see. We translated the verses on Don Carlos's tomb. A hiding place, the well is deep, will bring light into hidden things, save me from the lion's mouth. Those are the Bible verses on the tomb, but what do they mean? I remember looking at it like a long time ago, and I'm pretty sure the verses are close to accurate. They're not quote unquote accurate, but they are close.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
I need help finding a well.
You must know just about everything that there is to know about this place.
See, I have lived my whole life here in the service of the Vasconcellos.
Do you know of a well anywhere around here?
A well? Si, senor. This used to be a fortified villa. How can you last a siege without water?
Great. So where is it?
How should I know? The well was covered over in the last century. It was dangerous, you see.
And you have no idea where it was?
None. It was hidden even before my grandfather's time.
Well, you must have a vague idea of where the well is.
It must have been in the old house's courtyard, so that would put it around here.
Here? Okay. Now, how do we find it?
There might be a way. Let me think about it.
Okay.
Any ideas yet?
Not as yet, Senor Stobart. I shall give it more thought.
Alright.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobart.
If I remember correctly, the candle, we close this. Let's see.
Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again. I couldn't climb up there without breaking something.
We use that on this. And he's gonna put it on the fire. We didn't start the fire. And because the window is open, that's gonna blow out. That must burn his jacket. Like, Jesus Christ, George. But that's what we do. Figured that you would know that, George. And then we just do the same thing we did before. I've got a candle that big right next to me, and it's still like burning. It's not even halfway through yet, and I've had it for a couple of days. So how long do you think he would have actually have like ta-da! It must be a magic candle.
The candle had burnt brilliantly, but only for a couple of minutes. Some kind of special formulation, I guess. And had yielded up this. A complex shape expertly cut in stone. I figured it was some kind of key.
It does make you wonder, like, is that really a thing where you get a huge candle like that that only burns for a few minutes? Guess I brought light to a hidden thing. The candle in the mausoleum contained some sort of carved stone key. That's gonna come in handy. Let's go, let's go. I'm sure Lopez has an idea now.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
Any ideas yet?
We are looking for a source of water, see?
Yes.
For generations, the Spanish country folk have had a secret way of locating water, even if it is meters beneath the ground.
Ah, you're not talking about water dousing, are you?
Eh?
You know, you get a stick and walk around until the stick twitches and dig there.
Oh, you've heard of it.
Yeah, I think most of the planet has. Okay, let's get a stick.
Not me.
Uno momento. It must be a special stick. A Y of hazel.
Right. Do you have any hazel trees?
See? Here. That is hazel.
He's talking about these, but I don't think they're here. I think
I
they're
went over
down.
to find a suitable stick.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. There wasn't a single usable Y-shaped branch on the whole damn thing.
I wonder if that is an actual thing though, water dowsing. Like if you actually carry a special kind of stick around until it twitches. If that's a thing, I'm going to be quite surprised. That's what we need. I think it's this tree.
I went over to find a suitable stick. Aha!
There we go. Exhausting, isn't it, George? To be fair, he has been through a lot.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
I've got it.
Well, I got my divining rod. Now what?
Simplicity itself, senor. Hold the wand at the upper ends of the Y. Apply a little tension with your wrists so that the slightest movement of the wand's tip is clear, and walk
just like
slowly
this.
and steadily over the area.
Sounds easy enough. We'll find this well in no time.
Alright. I'll just let him do his own thing. Thank God my mat is waterproof. He's actually doing something other than watering the grass. George is just walking around like an idiot with a stick, and Lopez is just chilling reading a book.
Senior Stobart, you've found something.
This is it. This is where we find the secret of the Templars. Hidden here for hundreds of years. Lost from the sight of man until now.
Yay.
The mystery is revealed.
It's a tin can.
I've been walking up and down with a twig in my hands, looking for a tin can.
It had water in it. That's what the dowsing stick must have detected.
I'd have to check with an archaeologist, but I don't think the Templars left that.
In truth, Senor
I
Stobart,
keep doing
the
that.
loan was laid many, many years ago. This can could date back to the Napoleonic Wars.
Get rid of it and I'll try it again. Lopez threw the can away. It seemed to fall an awfully long way. The splash at the end confirmed what we both suspected. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
It has been here all the time. All those years and nobody found it.
Stood in awe for a moment, marveling at the secrets all around us.
I could have fallen down that.
Imagine doing something like this though. Damn, Lopez, you're strong. There's the lion's mouth.
The well had been lost for decades at least. The air was cool after the noon sun, but that's not what gave me goosebumps. I have a really, really bad feeling about this.
So do I.
From a distance, the lion's head had been impressive. Close up, it was frightening. Hey, one of the fangs is a separate piece. I could hear the sound of a lot of stone moving, and I knew I was in danger.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
Oh, very funny, you psychos!
Senor Stobart! Senor Stobart! Are you all right?
It's okay, Lopez, I'm fine!
Que susto me has dado! You gave me a scare!
Nice try, Templars.
Apparently, because they have it in like the second games and the others, they have these quick time events, and I'm pretty certain, I swear it was on the PC version, unless it was some other version, or they've changed it, I don't know. But I was thinking to myself, do I have to prepare for a quick time event for him to like move out of the way? But he did it randomly, so that's a relief. But if you don't move away on time, it actually does crush him, and you just hear Lopez just shouting, "Senor Stobart! Senor Stobart!" And you're just left there like, oh god. Use that on this. Shrugging at me for? You know what to use it for.
I wished that I had Leary's flashlight now. It was too dark to see, and I had to rely on touch. It just felt like a pitted stone wall. I'd almost been killed for the sake of a red herring.
Why do you think we have the mirror, George? Oh my god, I'm gonna kill you. There we go. Oh my god.
I realized I could use the mirror to reflect the light from above.
Look at that, it's so clever. There it is.
There. In the middle of the door, I could see some kind of socket. It looked like this wasn't quite the dead end it seemed.
And then we use this. Yay!
I slid the stone key into the lock. There were buttons that turned the dials.
Ooh. I think they're the Bible verses. If I just have a look. Oops. So there's XOV. It has to be.
I heard the sounds of the lock moving. Either that or the wall was going to come down on my head.
Yeah, it's this one. Alright. Yes. Just double check. Yep. Got that one. Next one is VI 6. There we go. Yep. And then the next one is 3 and 1. Three. And then the next one was 1. God, such a tedious puzzle. XVII. X. VII. Just check that again. XV11. XV11. Next one is X2. That one. And the last one, XXV. God, what a long puzzle. And there we go.
Oh, yes! Bonus points for that, I hope. I knew the old Stobart fingerwork wouldn't let me down.
God, it took so long. That was one of the longest puzzles I've ever had to do. Oh, there's the children. It's really sad. It's actually really sad.
Before I left, though, there was one last thing to do. You won't be needing that replacement piece anymore, Countess. I found it with the children. You'll probably want to be alone for a while. I'll be out in the garden with Lopez.
Aww. It's so sad, it really is.
George, welcome back.
Come in, Josh. It's good to see you again.
Is it?
Oh, God.
Sure. What did you find in Spain?
Without Andre, we wouldn't have got this far, Josh.
Yeah, I know. The clues led to an underground chamber at the bottom of a well. The Templars had left a tapestry showing a chessboard. The white pieces were vastly outnumbered. There was a stream running across the board, and a Templar knight on a horse.
Does it mean anything to you, Andre?
No, nothing.
Maybe we should tell Andre what else you found, Georges.
There's a map and a Latin inscription to the west at the edge of the world.
Georges found that in a cave in Syria.
Yeah, where the assassin almost killed me.
Then we've got the burning of Jacques de Molay and the date, 1314.
From the window of the church in Montfaucon Square, one of the few places where nobody tried to kill me.
Then we have the image of a church that Georges found at the excavation. I don't recall anyone trying to kill you there either, Georges.
And finally we have the tapestry in Spain. Did I mention I almost got killed there?
Not yet, but I'm sure you're about to.
It was only my cat-like reflexes that saved me from certain death.
Cat-like reflexes, eh?
And while I was risking life and limb, where were you, Andre? Getting your glasses fogged up over an Etruscan vase?
That's enough, boys. Can we get back to saving the world?
Of course. My apologies.
He started it.
Well, the Latin phrase are the words of Julius Caesar. He was describing the island of Britain.
God.
Are you sure? The map didn't look much like Britain.
How come
He's
Caesar
such a
described Britain as
child.
being at the edge of the world?
To the Romans, the Mediterranean was the center of the universe. Britain was a remote, unfriendly place inhabited by blue-painted savages.
It hasn't changed much,
They've stopped painting themselves blue.
except when they go to a football match.
They used an extract from a plant called woad, Icetis tinctoria. The Scots were using it until fairly recently in their wars with the English.
Fairly recently? I don't recall the Scots being at war with the English. How recently are you talking about?
I believe William Wallace's men used it in the 13th century. They might well have been using it as late as...
You can't remember, can you?
1314.
Ah, we're back onto that, are we?
Andre, what is it? What do you mean?
1314 in Scotland. The Battle of Bannockburn.
That would explain the stream on the chessboard. That's what a burn is. Right, Andre? As in Bannockburn?
Right, George. And it gets better. Tradition has it that the Scots were helped by a shock force of, well, can't you guess?
Knights Templar?
Yes, a group of outlawed Templars. They are said to have turned the tide for the Scots.
And it all ends at a church in the Isle of Britain at Bannockburn in a church.
What are we waiting for? I'll call a cab.
I can't go.
Andre, you've been loads of help, but
What George is trying to say is that you shouldn't feel guilty.
I was.
We understand you've got commitments.
Yeah, we
Oh,
don't need
listen,
you.
we have to hurry. Let's go, George.
We'll see it through. Oh, and, don't worry about us.
The next morning. Oh, this is the final episode. This is the end. This is the end. Oh my gosh. Shall we do this? Let's think. It's quite a short episode if I'm honest. Why not? We're near the end. Why not? I can fit in the Vasconcellos and then the end of the story. Maybe I could split it in two though, I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, screw it. It's actually quite short, so we'll fit this part in. Yeah, let's do this. Alright. She's very suspicious.
Pardon me. She must be deaf.
Yes, my dear.
Do you know what time we're due in Stirling?
6:15, but we're running 8 minutes late.
A very convincing accent you've got there. Yeah. We've read all this. Yeah. Have discovered a hidden cave and found the pathetic corpses of the missing children. Pathetic? Is that the best word to use? Of the missing children grasping the missing chess piece. So the loyal manservant must have hidden them, and they waited there, terrified and all alone for their father's return, finally dying of dehydration and starvation. So that's really sad. Hope the Duke Vasconcellos' curse has finally been lifted. I would have gave that poor woman a hug. Scotland's train. All the clues came together and suddenly make sense. The year 1314, a church, a stream, or burn running through the site of a massively one-sided battle. It all points to the Battle of Bannockburn, in which a small Scottish army defeated a much larger English army. Legend has it that the Scots were aided by a Templar army. So Nico and I are heading to the church at St Ninian's, close to the city of Stirling in Scotland, where the Battle of Bannockburn was fought. Lobanu couldn't come. What a shame. Let's go.
Where are you going, George?
Do I need to spell it out?
Don't snap at me. If you're going to take a leak, why don't you say so?
Okay, I'm going to take a leak.
God, they're like a married couple, these two.
L-E-A-K.
Tickets, please.
Oh, hi.
That's a standard full-price peak return. Don't you have a senior citizen's rail card?
I rarely travel by train. My ticket is perfectly valid, is it not?
Well, yeah, but you could have saved up to a third of the cost.
I do not need to indulge in puffling thriftiness.
Blimey, you're a funny old bird and no mistake. Tickets, please, sir.
Here.
Both look suspicious.
Off to Stirling, eh?
Yes, we are.
Well, I hope you won't be disappointed. It's a miserable place this time of year. Still, there's plenty of pubs and a lovely view from the castle.
Thank you.
Lovely. Lovely.
I don't want to worry you,
Lovely.
but there was something familiar about that guy.
Are you sure? You're tired. Perhaps you're mistaken.
Maybe. But I didn't like the look in his eyes when he spoke to you.
I mean, are you not concerned about this person right here?
Can't you sit still, George?
I go to pee.
I need to go to the John.
While you're there, check out the buffet car, George. Unthinkable though it is, I am hungry enough to eat English food.
Okay.
Alrighty. This is probably the best, like, literally the best part of the game. Because it's just so epic. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. That gangster creep from the hotel. Well, he didn't scare me. Hey, Buster. This is a no-smoking car. Okay. Maybe he didn't scare me. It got worse. I suddenly realized who the conductor had reminded me of. Eckler. Marquis Burger.
I mean, why on earth would you speak to him? Where are they gone? They're
I
gone.
should have known better than to leave Nico and the old lady alone. Suddenly, the sword of Baphomet took second place to finding the girl I loved.
Oh, it's so cute. The girl I loved. Oh, I love this guy.
Hi, having a party?
No, this is British. Won't join us, Mum. Where, Basha, wake up, Mum. What's company?
His breath was like the outlet from a chemical factory.
Excuse my mate, he's taking a nap. Sleeping like a bobby. I'll wake him up when we get to Newcastle.
We passed through Newcastle half an hour ago.
And I never noticed.
Whoops.
Did you see what happened to the young woman in the next compartment?
No, Paul, I didn't. Have you lost her, like?
She's disappeared. The old lady, too. I think they're in trouble.
Oh, wait, man, an old lady, too.
Yeah. You gotta help me.
Maybe they went to the toilet, like.
I don't think so.
They never go on their own. Always in pairs, you know.
No, she's been abducted. I'm sure. I've got to go look for her.
What's stopping you, pal?
The conductor. He's not what he seems.
You want to avoid him, like?
That's about it, yeah.
No problem.
Listen, I need your help.
What's the matter?
There's a guy on this train who's trying to kill me.
Relax, man. You wouldn't try nothing with us in Basharia. We are veterans like. Slow action at Breitlingsea.
I don't recall the British Army being involved in a conflict in anywhere called Breitlingsea.
Well, you just take it from me, pal. You're in safe hands.
Alright,
See you later.
let's jump out the window. No, we won't.
Give it to it, pal. Don't jump.
I don't intend to jump. I'm going to climb on the top of the train.
You're kidding, aren't you?
Just watch me.
So dangerous though.
Hold on now, pal. I'll give you a hand, like.
I love these old-fashioned trains though. I just love to go to Scotland. I'd love to explore it. Especially go to like the castles and that. Jesus. I'm surprised that the wind doesn't just knock him off. Oh god, it's making me uncomfortable. Oh god, George. Be careful, man. Ah, what's going on?
Hey!
Oh. Yep, he's dead. Oh no.
I always wanted this type of train. And now was my chance.
Do it, George. Woo!
You saved our lives, but why?
We were always on the same side, Stobart. Different causes, but a common enemy.
The Knights Templar?
Don't call them that. The real Templars were a noble foe. These barbarians have no right to that name. These men are no better than dogs.
What are the Neo-Templars after? What is the Sword of Baphomet?
Not what you think, my friend. It is a weapon, yes, but one which our enemies will find difficult to wield. A double-edged sword. A power older than Dimolay, older than Solomon.
We'll stop them. You and me together, and Nico.
No, George. My journey ends soon at the Garden of Paradise.
You're talking in riddles. Can't you tell me straight what they're after?
The sword symbolizes a colossal energy caused by the alignment of the Earth's natural power fields.
Which are focused at St. Ninian's.
The energy endowed the Templars with the power which made them great. A power which made them charismatic to such an extent they could control the will of all around them.
Mm-hmm.
How did you escape from the Bull's Head?
It is a long walk from the cliff of the Bull to the village, Stobart. Fortunately, I know the ways of the wilderness.
That's it?
May Allah guide you to our enemies.
Thanks.
One last thing.
What? What is it? He's dead.
Let's read this just quickly. Khan said that the Sword of Baphomet is a colossal power, an energy emanating from the earth that can be harnessed to give whoever controls it great power. It seems that Khan was always on our side, like his sect in medieval times. He had a great respect for the Royal Templars, but knew that he had to stop these frauds. Now he's dead, it's up to us, Nico and me. Nico and me. I like the sound of that. Speaking of Nico.
Don't worry, I hadn't forgotten about you.
Answer me this instant, George Stobart.
I will, when I'm ready.
Ooh.
That's not fair, George.
No.
You took advantage while my hands were tied.
When Eklund pointed that gun at me, I thought I was gonna die. I thought of all the things I'd never get to do, and kissing you was at the top of my list.
George,
Uh-huh.
George, we've got to get off the train. Eklund could recover at any time.
So what are we waiting for?
So cute.
What are you doing?
I'm out of here.
Not that door. Do you want to end up like Flap?
Not especially. What remains of him is well on his way back to London. I hope he was traveling on a return ticket.
God's sake. I mean, the train's stopped, hasn't it? Whatever. We're here.
I'd feel happier if we had a gun or something.
Khan gave me something.
What?
His handbag.
Oh, great. If we run into any killers, we can give him a good buffeting. Didn't he have any weapons?
You don't know the half of it. This bag's full of C4.
Wow. Why didn't you say so? Boy, we'll show him now. What's C4?
Plastic, George.
God's sake.
We're going to shop our way to victory?
2 kilos of plastic
Explosives.
explosive. The detonator's broken now.
No problem. We'll buy a box of matches somewhere.
It doesn't work that way. It takes a small explosion to start the big explosion.
Well, that's not much use then. What does that sign say?
Apparently during the English Civil War in the mid-17th century, this place was used as an arms dump.
Yeah? What happened?
Look at the state of this place, George. You work it out.
Oh,
She does
stray
exactly
spark?
what I do when I'm trying to read something.
The tower was the only thing to survive the blast.
I hope the explosion didn't destroy the Sword of Baphomet.
Do you? I rather hope it did.
I can't believe we're at the end. I didn't think we was going to get this far. But we made it. I was thinking of maybe doing this as a separate video, but...
The handle turned easily and the larger wheel began to revolve.
Because I did say I was thinking of making this a longer episode.
Damn! Then the handle came off in my hand.
No problem.
I scrabbled around in the rubble and found an old clay pipe with a broken stem.
That pipe has to be the most useless thing
Under
I've
one
ever
of the
picked up in a
stones, I
game.
found a metal coin which was green with age.
Or was it the coin?
It was
It's
caked
been a
with
while.
soil, but what I'd found was a small cog and spindle.
Is there anything else?
With mounting excitement, I felt something between my fingers. It was short, hard, and black. Something I hadn't expected to find here. It was
Dildo?
a plastic pin top.
I think these things here are the most pointless items I've ever picked up. But I know what to use these for, so that
I
goes
pushed the handle
there.
into the demon's mouth.
That goes
It
there.
wasn't the right hole for that cog.
Alright.
The cog slipped neatly into the eye socket.
Yes, these things. I think it's here actually. Yeah, there we go.
Now that the handle was gone, it was easy to remove the cog and spindle.
There we go. Got it. Gotta work some way.
With a rasp
There we
of
go.
metal on stone, I eased the second eye into place. The cogs all meshed. It began to turn.
Woo! Nico's just like, I'm just gonna stand here and pretend you know what you're doing. Oh my god, I'm
As
so
soon as I
excited.
saw the flickering torches, I realized the bogus Templars had beaten us to the sword. But where were they now? And why was it so quiet?
I'm just gonna save here just in case. I'll save over that, it's fine. 81%. And it should say now 95. That's how you know you're right near the end. Anything new? Nope, that's it. And then after this, the reason I saved is because For some reason my recording's getting like an encoding overload. I think it's because my OBS updated and it's probably like defaulted my settings, so I've been getting that every time I'm getting something loading up, so it's rather annoying. So I hope that when a scene rolls in, it's quite a long one, I hope that it's not going to interrupt recording, so let's go. So excited!
Listen, I can definitely hear chanting.
You're right. I hear it too. What do you suppose they're doing?
It wouldn't surprise me if they were holding some kind of satanic sex ritual.
So, what are we waiting for?
I was thinking the same thing.
Will you look at that? Baphomet. Lavino was right. This place was ancient even to the Templars.
This whole place? This is Baphomet?
Finally,
There's the three
truth.
faces.
The Templars had never worshipped this graven image, no more than they'd worship a rainbow. But, like a rainbow, they regarded it as a symbol of a covenant with God, who'd revealed this place to them.
Rosso! Why, the double-dealing treacherous?
On the
Dun,
contrary,
dun, dun.
Inspector Rosso has been the model of obedience, an important quality in a true Templar. Now be quiet and watch, if you wish to live much longer.
Brothers and sisters, we are gathered here to witness the reforging of the sword that was broken. Here before God's sentinel, Baphomet. Grand Master and Knight of Baphomet, we salute and pledge our obedience to you.
I salute you, gatekeeper of the temple. 7 centuries ago, our greatest weapon, the sword of Baphomet, was lost to us. Now we prepare to reforge it, to wield against new enemies. We shall lead the people to a new order, wherein all borders will dissolve. All will be united under the red cross of the Templars.
Same Nico.
George, we have watched your efforts to stop us with respect.
Look on George's
But
face.
surely you realize that you have been misled by our enemies. Both of us want a better world. Fortunately, no harm has been done. We need determined, resourceful men like you. Join us, George. Join us in true brotherhood.
Yeah. True. Wait. Brothers? What about Marquet? What about Pegram and Klausner? You didn't look on them as brothers, only as failures. 3 men dead, and you don't give a damn.
George, you know that sacrifices are necessary. Every great undertaking.
Join you. I'll see you in hell first.
Oh,
Go off, George.
I had great hopes for you. C'est la guerre. Eklund. Kill him.
Go on, Nico. Ah! Oh no! Oof.
I swear, I just wanted things to be right.
Oh! I completely forgot that happened.
They will not
Run!
Well, well. If it isn't the great detective and his beautiful assistant, it's going to be a pleasure killing the pair of you.
George, what are we going to do?
Don't worry, I got it figured out. But first let me read this. St. Ninians. The Grand Master, a ruthless megalomaniac who manipulates all around him, an assassin perpetuating a medieval conflict to uphold ancient honor. Because if I don't read this, I'll never read it again. It's crazy, but it all makes perfect sense. The sword, a colossal energy, a divine power. It is a communication with angels, the opportunity to learn arcane and divine secrets, a power that the Templars had and lost. No wonder these Neo-Templar guys wanted to find and reforge the sword so badly. When Edward II led his English army up to Bannockburn, this must have been his goal, and this is why the Templars intervened to stop him. Alright. Take that!
Come on, Nico. We're leaving.
You fools! You cannot escape us. Guido! Stop them.
But master, the powder!
That powder is from the English Civil War. You fool. It's over 300 years old. How explosive do you think it can be?
I thought it was all over, but Nico had one last trick up her sleeve. Or in her handbag, to be exact. A handbag full of plastic explosives.
Maybe, but this stuff is brand new.
Yes! Woo! You're all fucked now! So good. My babies. Oh, it's so cute. So romantic.
We didn't stay long in Scotland. George had a vacation to finish, and I had another story to write. Not the real story, of course, but enough half-truths to fill a page and pay my rent for the month. George and I hung out together in Paris.
Yay.
I showed him my favorite restaurants, and he told me his best jokes.
You know, Nico, this city holds so many memories for me now. The cafes, the music.
The sewers.
Tell me about it. The clowns.
The jugglers.
And your pal Labano.
Oh, yes, dear Andre.
When we first met, and I was doing my detective stuff, you kind of disappeared a lot, Nico. Were you and Labano,
There was something happening, but nothing to do with Andre.
Uh-huh.
It was something from the past that I had to deal with, on my own. So, I dealt with it, and now it's over.
Hey, did I ever tell you the one about the old Irish couple in the lottery?
No, but I think you're going to.
Okay, there's this old Irish couple. They've been married forever, like 50 years, and they win the lottery.
And there we have it. There's no credits, I don't think. What's this? Director's message. If you want to read all of that, then I'll keep it here for just a few minutes. Someone told me that, a fun fact, someone I know, their tutor knows one of the people who works on, like, the Broken Sword series, so I am so jealous about that. Monkey Island. I've heard of Monkey Island. Skip to the next part. This is the Revolution team when we started in 1990. Wow. And if you want to read all of this as well, I'll keep it here for just a few seconds. The lure of the Templars team in early 1900s. 1990s, excuse me. let you read all this. I think Broken Sword came out the same year I was born. Yeah, 96 I think it came out. The first conception drawing for George. So cool. This is how Nico started life. Neil Breen. That name sounds familiar. I think there's an actor with that same name. He makes like these really bad movies, but they're like really funny. A bridge over the Seine, surprisingly similar to the Ouse Bridge in York. Is it pronounced Ouse Bridge? Ouse? York. I need to visit York. Like I live quite near York. It's like an hour or two drive away, so I'd love to visit it one day. I'll let you read this. I hope you can see. Yeah, just about. That's great. If there's anything that's cut out, then I'm not sure. There might be some information on their website if you could find it. I'll leave a link if I find anything. The enigmatic Dwayne. Who is he really? And does his mysterious wife Pearl really know for sure? You get to see them in part 2, which is great. Chantel the hapless waitress. So she has a name. Ah, okay. There's a bit of there's writing at the bottom underneath. So after this part, it says underneath, "Thank you, Charles Cecil, director." The team had grown by 1996. Look at that, they're outside a castle. And that's Charles today. Thank you, Charles, for creating this amazing, amazing series. I love it so much, and it's that's how me and my best friend met. As soon as I heard her say those two words, Broken Sword, we just became friends instantly. One of the founders of Revolution. So cool. Noiring Comedy. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Charles and Dave working on Beneath a Steel Sky. David Gibbons today. Sorry. That's him today. I went through that pretty quickly there. Tony Warner, co-founder and Director's Cut programmer. He's a kitty! Juiced Peters, present-day Revolution programmer. God, how awesome would it be if Revolution announced that they was going to create another Broken Sword game? I'd love to be a part of it. It'd be so freaking awesome. Like if I was a voice actor or something. That would be so cool. A photograph of Constantine's Broken Sword erected outside York Minster a few years ago. Wow. That's it. Alright. That is Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. Oh. This was almost 2 hours. I'm so glad that I stuck through this. So, yeah. That's Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. Wow. I'm gonna have to start with Broken Sword 2 soon. Oh my god. This is just one of my favourite games of all time. Like, this game just... I feel like it was a game that like changed my life, to be honest, because like I said, it's how I met my best friend for it, and I just become so attached to George and Nico, and they're just such amazing, well-written characters, and they're just fantastic. Like Revolution, they've amazed me so much with this, and I'm just so glad that Broken Sword exists, and I'll definitely get more of the games out in future. We'll definitely start on Broken Sword 2. Is it the Sleeping Dragon? It's called something like that. But I'll hopefully get started with that as soon as possible. Because it's Halloween month at the minute, so I'll be playing a lot of horror games. I'm on Resident Evil Biohazard. I got like White Day, Until Dawn, Man of Maiden, Amnesia. hoping to play Amnesia Rebirth, which is coming out this month. What else? There was another game. Oh, hoping to get the game Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice because I really want to play that. It's just such a beautiful game. I got 2 PC games alongside Broken Sword that I got coming up. One of them is a Halloween game called Bad Dream Coma. Hopefully, I can record that. And there's also, I think it's called The New Beginning. It's all about like climate change and everything that's going on with the planet and whatnot. And they've got like a lot of endings to the game, so I'm gonna hopefully have a lot of fun exploring that because it's sort of similar to the Broken Sword franchise. So definitely keep a lookout for that. But this is where I'm gonna leave it. To those who join me on this journey with Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars, thank you so much, it means a lot. And Revolution, once again, thank you for making this game and for making the rest. And please, if you that clap I think was a bit too loud for my microphone, but please if you do plan on making a new Broken Sword game, I would love to I'd love to get involved with it somehow. I would love to do that. It'd be a dream come true. I'd love to. It can be anything at all, whatever it is. Like, I think doing a voice for like a character would be really fun. And I don't live far from York, so if you ever need me, just hit me up and I'm on my way. But yeah, once again, to those who watched, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.